Hey there, friends. It's me, Coach Josh, and today I'm going to answer one of the age-old questions: why does fat loss take so much time? And this one's near and dear to my heart. I've helped people over the last 20 years work their butts off, literally, to cut weight, whether it's 5 pounds or 50 pounds. And that question is burning in their minds, and probably in the minds of every coach as well, because we want people to be successful just as badly as they want to change their bodies and change their lives. So today we're going to cover what the heck is happening with fat loss and why it takes so much time. So number one, just to be clear, fat loss occurs when there's a deficit between supply and demand. So energy demand versus energy supply. So when your activity level, your base metabolic rate, when your energy demand, the energy that your body takes to support itself, when it's consistently higher than the amount of calories that you take in, you have a deficit. And the body makes up for that energy deficit by mobilizing fat stores, burning fat for energy. And it uses that energy to support the systems and to allow you to move around and to continue to function. So the greater the deficit, the gap between what you're spending and what you're taking in, the more dramatic your fat loss is each and every week. So the thing that makes it takes time is the degree of the deficit. And the thing that people get confused on is a lot of times we're only measuring calories in, and we're not really paying attention to what our BMR is or our activity level, which will fluctuate based on, especially when you're in a fat loss program, based on your level of fatigue. So what I see often happen is people do really great. They're eating well, they're eating on a plan, they're getting all the nutrients they need, they start to get some results, cut some weight, and then they start to feel burnt out or tired. And because they feel tired, their activity level drops a little bit. When that activity level drops, well, they're no longer at a deficit, they're in an energy surplus, and they start to gain the weight back. Now, that could be a few hundred calories, it could be a few thousand steps, it depends on the person. But the important thing to remember is the more consistent you are in your activities, the more consistent you are in your eating, the more consistent you are in the deficit, the faster that your fat loss journey will be. So, if you're at a pretty decent deficit, it's not uncommon to see people lose a half pound, a pound, pound and a half, 2 pounds per week. I mean, that might not seem like a lot to you if you have a long way to go, but that's 50 pounds in a year, 75 pounds in a year. That is a dramatic level of change, considering that most people gain between 5 and 10 pounds annually, depending on their age in America. I know. And in the pandemic, people put on 35 pounds or more. So holy shit, you're talking about a dramatic change if you're losing a pound a week. So keep that in perspective. So why fat loss takes time is it depends on the deficit that you're in and how consistently you're in that deficit. So if you found that helpful, if you find this still confusing, you can go ahead and take one of my free webinars, Fat Loss for Busy People. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but ask me any questions you want. I'm happy to help you continue on your journey, because your success is inevitable, but it's also urgent.